Hello everyone. Let's see how we can make React counter app, and let's get started. As we see, we can here is our React counter app. Once you press this button reset, it resets to 0. Once you press this add button, let me try to magnify this app so that you can see. When you press this button, it increases, and once you press the minus button, it decreases, and once you exceed 0, it alerts you no more reduction. Press OK. When you persist, no more reduction. And once you press here, you can reset to 0. You can press and reduct, no more reduction. Let's start making this React counter. Yes, without wasting time, first create your app. If you're a beginner, watch the previous videos to see how you can get started with create React app. Feel free to follow. We see we have a blank page. Let's see whether it works. Let's say React counter. Let's see whether yes, it works properly. Now you can get started. Let's use some XML and say button. We are trying to create the two buttons, the addition button, the subtraction button. Just copy, paste, and then paste. There will be 3 buttons, and then we will have a span. Here, let's say this is addition, sub button. This will be subtraction. Yes, our button is already created. We can see, but the buttons are doing nothing. Let's try to see whether we can get something here. Once you press, this button here will be reset. It will be reset. This is reset button. I'm spacing for clear coding to follow. Yes, but the buttons are made, but they are not so clear. Let's first try to bring them in the center. Let's go and say, let's make our app aligned at least in the center. Let's say dot up. Let's use margin. We'll use margin left. Let's say 400 pixels. Is such that our app, we can see it in the middle here. Let's try to add some code to see whether our buttons here can work. Another thing, we would like to space this button from here to have some space here. Let me try to get some help from first of all, let's import useState from React. useState from React, and we will say const counter and say set counter because useState, let's say blank. Let's say useState, let it be blank. And another thing here, I'll try to add some. We'll try to add some. Let's say function. Would like to make this button here, this addition button. Once you click the button, increases 1, 2, 3 increases. So let's say function increase count set counter. Let's say count RSI and count +1, and let's make another function here and say this will be function decrease count to be set counter RSI count -1. We'll then come here and say this button on click it will be increase and click increase count, and here we'll just copy it and say on click decrease count. Yes. Now let's say this span will be the counter. Let's say span will be the counter. Yes, this span will be the counter. Here we had missed a comma. Now let's try to see. Once you refresh, when you click here, yes, you can see we are getting a 1 here, but when you reduct, let's try to see. Yes, the reset button has not yet worked. Yes, once you press add minus button, they work properly. Yes, the reset button has not yet worked. Let's say on click, let's say reset count, and let's say here function reset count, we say set counter, we say set counter 0. Yes, once you refresh, let's see. Yes, now our button here is working properly. Once you reset, it resets your work. Yes, when you press now what's next? Let's at least make this at least come at the top here to make our work at least well designed, to make our work at least readable. We spaced this. Let's make a space here. You can use your CSS, but let me just use some simple HTML code and say an NBSP. Yes, yes, I spaced it. Let's paste it. Once you press reset, yes, yes, I hope now everything is clear. Hope everything is now clear. Let's try to make this let's say span let's say position absolute, yes, position absolute. Let's say margin let's say margin top let's say 3 pixels. Let's first try to also style the buttons. Button margin top to be margin left. Buttons margin left, let's say let it be 0. Yes, let's say padding 10 pixels. Let's say background color, let's say hash 99. Yes, here our buttons. Now we see now here margin, let's say margin top, let it be something like 10 pixels. Yes, let's say yes, and here we will say margin left we say minus 60 pixels. Like this span to come at least somewhere here. Yeah, it's the right position. Yes, thanks for watching. Then in the next video we'd like to see how we can make this styling. This is something to be similar to this, to see the styling. And another thing we'd like to see, when you press this negative you can't go in negatives. We'd like to our code, when you press this subtraction sign you stop at 0. You don't need to go to -1. So hope this video helped. Just comment at what you liked from the video. Yes, in the next video we are to see how we can prevent this coding going to negative. Yes, and another thing is to make our styling, at least our app, to look nice.